So, today's the day. Nintendo Switch officially has Apex Legends on it. You can download it for free now if you really want to, but this is more about the gameplay itself and how you can enjoy it, how you should play it, and it's coming from someone who's played way too much Apex Legends on Xbox over the last 2 years of it being released. I have a fair few tips just for beginners and maybe a follow-up video with more in-depth ones, but we're going to go very, very beginning for now. And yeah, so first of all, this game on Switch only runs at 30 FPS, which is it's a bit low to be honest, but it's as much as the console can handle because it's more of a tablet to be honest. And a game of this kind of magnitude to run a run on the Nintendo Switch is pretty crazy altogether, really. So yeah, there's that. But we're gonna get into gameplay now. In the background, I've kind of just made this little thing for you guys to watch. The gameplay is on Xbox, it's not on Switch. Switch doesn't look like this. If you do want to watch Switch gameplay, I'm sure people are streaming it right now as it came out today, and yeah, probably quite popular. So if you come to here from anything for anything like tips, come to the right place because I'm going to go over some very basic things now. So in the game at the moment there's about 15 legends, and you'll probably have the first, I think it's the first 8. Now the best legends, in terms of legends, you can play whoever you want to, whoever you enjoy most. If you really want to know who's the best legend at the moment, you got to go through Bloodhound, Gibraltar, Wraith or Horizon. Now Horizon's a newer legend that you might not have yet because you do have to unlock her, but I'd recommend unlocking her or Octane first, just for the benefit of fun. They're very movement based characters and yeah, the most fun. When you first jump into the game, you'll get put in a training thing which is called the firing range. Now when you come out of that, I'd recommend just hopping into some games and trying to get a feel for the map and the gameplay. And also, while you're doing that, I'd also recommend going back into firing range and working out what attachments go on what weapons, because there's a lot to Apex. It's not a simple game by any means. Obviously, it's a battle royale game, and they're never simple. But each gun has, or each set of gun, you have like a heavy gun, light gun, snipers, and they all have set attachments of different. With different names, uses, they look different, so it's worth just like learning which goes with what, and yeah, it'll benefit you in the long run. So in terms of the gameplay as well, movement is the key factor in this game. It moves very quickly compared to other games like Call of Duty and other shooter games. Movement based, the movement is very, very nice and it just feels really smooth. So I know this, anyone that's watching this plays on Switch, it might not feel as smooth as it looks, kind of thing, in this gameplay, but hopefully in the future Nintendo do bring out another console or something else that kind of backs up what Apex should look like and should play like. But that doesn't mean you can't play with the core kind of mechanics of the game. And yeah, movement is very, very key. So I'd recommend just, once again, you can hop into firing range. Firing range is really good because you're on your own. You can just learn however you want to. You can learn recoil patterns of guns. You can learn how to move, to crouch, to slide, whatever you want. But I recommend just getting a feel for the game in there before actually hopping into it, because you'll be way above most other people. To be honest, because the game's new, you can probably hop into a game and you'll be on like a level playing field because most people will be new to the game. Nintendo Switch is, in my eyes, it's a younger based console. Like a lot of the younger generation have it, so they're probably not into Apex anyway. I mean, it's a new free game. It's probably like one of the top on the Nintendo Switch market today for downloaded, and yeah, I can see it doing quite well because it is a colourful, flashy looking game. You shoot people, what is not to like about that? So carrying on this game, you pick up loot on the floor. The loot varies in areas. It's just random. It's completely random every game. It doesn't change. It does change every game. So if you do see a gun in one place in one game and try to land it in the next game, it's probably not the same loot. And yeah, so it is very randomized. So yeah, don't land in the same place for loot. It's very luck based. But what I will recommend doing is always loot very quickly. It moves fast, this game. If a lot of games like Warzone are a lot slower than this, it's one of the faster battle royale games, and the faster you loot and move, the more likely you are to not get killed and not get seen. And yeah, you don't want to stand still. Avoid standing still at all costs, is what I'm going to say. So now with the ring is what comes in, as you can see just on my little map in the top left corner. That is the ring countdown. The rings come in and slowly damage you, so basically you end up in one area of the map, and that is how you come to win the game. Now, most Battle Royale games are similar to this, kind of Fortnite, Warzone, they all work the same way. Like a ring comes in and it slowly hurts you. What you want to do really is completely avoid the ring. If you really are stuck in the ring and have to go for a different way to get through a different part of the map, rings 1 and 2 you can normally survive in quite well as long as you have some kind of healing meds like syringes or med kits. And even higher than that, I would completely avoid the ring. It'll probably kill you, but the main aim of the game is to always just try and be central to what the ring is on the map, the white ring that is, because that is where obviously it's going to stay in between that. So yeah, always try and stay within the white ring on the map. So the next thing I have is this game is very team based. Now you get 3 people in each team. There's 20 teams, so there's 60 people together. You can do duos as well, which means there's 2 on each team, and there's 30 teams of 2. So always work together on this game. It's very, it's not, don't land on your own. I mean, it's most likely, unless you're very skilled already, you're going to lose a 2v1. Now, it's as simple as that. There's no way around that. It's just how it is. So always just try and stay with your teammates, always try and revive them, and always try and heal them and help out when you can. The looting on this game is a very good system where if you see something on the floor that you need or someone else needs, you can ping it, and it tells you, like it says, energy mag on the floor, for example, and that's like an energy magazine that your teammate knows is there now, and they can say they want it or go pick it up or do whatever they want to do. It's a very complex kind of system, but easy to learn. So the next thing I'll mention is the map. On the gameplay right now, it's about to change over to the other map, which is the one that's on the Switch at the moment for the next week or so. And it's called King's Canyon. Now this map is the original map that was brought out when the game originally came out. So it does make sense for you to start on this map. This map's smaller than the other 2 maps that are in the game that we'll see at some point, I'm sure. On the Switch, they do change kind of weekly / couple weeks. You see the map rotations and you see a lot of things change. So you will be seeing other maps. There are 3 maps altogether. You have World's Edge, Olympus, and King's Canyon, which is this one. Now with the maps, I'd recommend just honestly just playing a lot. Now if you want to learn an area, just keep landing there over and over again, and you will learn that area pretty quickly. Throughout the games you play, you will travel a fair bit because you never know where the ring is going to go, so you will learn the map as you go. Obviously if there's one area that you really like, which a lot of people do have that preferred area, whether it's a lot of people go there or you just like how it looks or how the loot is or how lucky you get from there. Now I'd recommend learning one spot like that, and when I come into learning one thing, I also recommend learning one legend to start with. Now legends on this game aren't just people with guns. They have abilities. They have like a tactical ability, a passive ability, and an ultimate ability, and they are kind of game changing. They it's what kind of sets this game apart. It's a bit like Overwatch if you ever played it, but you have abilities on the side of your guns as well that you can use that you can just learn, and obviously your knowledge is going to be very based off how much you play and learn from. Yeah, just learn from playing, to be honest, because once again in the firing range you can read about all these things, you can see what people do how big people are, because everyone's not the same size on this game as well. So there's a lot of stuff to learn from just being in the firing range. And yeah, that is pretty much all I have for the basic tips on Nintendo Switch just to start off. Now I could do more of these, I could go into more weapon and things like that, but to be honest I don't think anyone else needs any information on this yet. It's more of a play it, learn it yourself kind of deal at the moment. And yeah, I'd really recommend just playing, learning, and any questions you have, leave it in the comments and I'm sure I can answer them for you. But at the moment, just play the game, enjoy it. It's a free game, and it being free is incredible because, I mean, there's not a lot of free games out there that are this good. And for it to hit Switch now is pretty huge for the whole game altogether, because it means it's still growing, and it's a big deal for a game that's 2 years old, that it's still growing and keep going strong. But yeah, cheers guys, thanks for watching, and if you learned anything, leave a like, comment if you have any questions, and peace out for now.